I'll show you my settings first, and then we'll go into the actual technique. First off, springs, I keep them at, I don't know, 85% tension. There's a little gap there, not a lot. That's personal preference. One thing I do to counteract having those at 100% is my Bassdrum skin is pretty tight. It doesn't have a lot of flex to it, so you get more bounce rather than using the springs for bounce. I can actually push and hold it, but I also, there we go. The other is, there's two settings here, power and finesse. I am on the power one, which means it's further this way, and that setting I left stock. And the other thing I did was right here, there's a little bit of a gap. I don't have it snug against my bass drum, which actually helps keep the pedals further back. You can adjust these here and pull these back, but I find it feels a little different than when I do over there. Basically, other than that, everything's set up stock. Nothing's changed. What you want to do first is learn on, I hope you can hear what I'm saying, the one pedal, and then learn on the others. So once you can get one pedal down to the double stroke, which I'll show you after, work on the other one. Do them individually, because you don't want to be, doing that gallop or anything. You want it to be pretty consistent. So yeah, get one, get two. Now I will set this here. What I meant was for practice with your feet flat on the floor while sitting in your chair. Just hitting flat. Now think of it, if you were to lift your toes up and play with your heels, do that for a while. Hey, I'll be right up. Yeah. So you're playing with your heels. Now, continue that feeling, playing with your feet flat. The pressure is actually, I'm hitting more with my heel, but it's still flat. I'm not putting the pressure on my toes. It's on the back of my foot when I hit the ground. Now when you move that over here, same motion. So it's all coming from my hip. My leg is not even moving. Actually, I'll tense my foot up right now. You can't have it fully tense, but I'm just showing that. So it looks like you're rocking your foot forward, but it happens naturally. I'm not forcing that. You couldn't do that, but then I get all messed up. When I just hit flat, after you hit the first time, the springs will naturally, from the impact, push your foot back a little bit. All I'm going is like that. My toes, I guess, would be a little bit off the ground on this angle because the pedal is angled back. So a flatter pedal, you'd want your foot more forward. So like that. And that's all there is to it. I sometimes find moving my throne a little forward helps me get a little more power and a little more consistency. If you're sitting far back, it's really hard to get the angle right. So I sit forward, I lean forward almost a little bit even while I play it. And start slow, just work on the one, work on the other one. That's all there is to it. It's easy. A couple other things when I was first learning, I had my heels turn inside, and I did rock them a little more. It just gives you more space to put your heel down and really bend your leg back. But my heel does actually hit the ground behind the pedal pretty much every stroke, I think. Yeah, so it is touching. So it's, and another thing you can think of is use the middle part of your foot, the arch, and slam it against where the demon sticker is on your pedal. And that's all you worry about. At the beginning, you're going to probably either be too far forward a lot or too far back. But there's a happy middle in the middle. once you find it, it's pretty easy to go back to. That's it. Just push in like this. And it comes from your upper legs. There's no ankle. I use no ankle when I do this. So we'll start with that.